A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. And in this particular session, I'm going to be reading out a message, and I felt like the whole community should know about it because there is a certain notion that people have that only men have masculine energy or women have feminine energy, and this is absolutely incorrect. The more you go into this journey, the deeper you go into this journey, I should say, you will realize that a lot of you women are born with masculine energy, especially if you're in the twin flame ascension journey or you are a star seed. So let's get started. One thing I want to say to you guys is that this jacket that I'm wearing is made of fox fur, which means it is made of fake fur. And it's my request to all of you because I love animals. This is not an advertisement for a clothing garment or anything. My point is to say that when you have all these options available, which is much cheaper than actual fur is very expensive, actual leather is very expensive, and people spend a lot of money on it just because they feel that, it's a status symbol or it's something that they can show off. But actually, every time a leather jacket or a fur jacket is made, the animals are skinned alive. So it's extremely painful and it's a nightmare, a torture actually. And for our own fashion, we should not put any other being to suffering, because these clothes that are made of leather and fur, they also have very low vibrational energy, negative energy. So it should be totally avoided when you are in the ascension journey. And that's why I'm purposely wearing this, to show you guys that you can wear this. This is cheap, but this is also very warm. Fake fur can be made from variety of materials like nylon, polyester, acrylic. So if you have all of these options available, we should not put these animals to suffering. I see a lot of fashionistas showing off their jackets and clothes in winters, but they don't realize that it's full of negative energy. It's full of very dark energy and low vibrational energy. So now guys, I will jump straight into the message. It was on Instagram. Guys, if you want to connect with me on Instagram or just follow my updates, I share a lot of cool updates every day. I try to. Everyone thinks that they are sharing cool updates, but I honestly feel I share cool, entertaining updates because most of my updates are connected to either ascension or animal world or my mission. So yeah. So my ID is the Sunamoon goddess. If you are on Instagram, which I think most people are right now these days, then please go ahead and connect with me over there. So this message is by Yuki Leon, and the message says, Hola Suna, thank you for your channel as it has been quite helpful as of late to help me navigate my twin flame situation. One important thing to note though, and I know you know this, DF can be men and DM women. So most of your followers will be DF regardless at like a 97% rate. But reverse polarities are not that uncommon, say like 80 to 20%. And most of the time you don't make the distinction, so it can be confusing to follow for people like I, or get mixed them up as to what is actually going on. If you could find a way to make it less gender specific while still using the archetypes like correspond to the DM, DF like you are, I believe we would all benefit with better clarity, the community as a whole, not just those with reversed polarities. So let me explain this message to you, although it's a good suggestion, but I feel that there is some clarity which can help others also. First of all, as I just said, that masculine energy and feminine energy can be in anybody. But when we do channelings, we actually talk about situations. We talk about feelings and emotions that are being felt on a community level or a collective level. Usually what happens is when you are programmed, at that point in time, you are not aware as to what energy to bring forth on the table, because you are trained. When you are trained and programmed by the society, by others, at that point in time, you will operate from the energy that you're told, which is more dominant via the body. Because if you are a man, they will tell you act like this, act like that, be like this, be like that. And if you have feminine energy inside of you, naturally you have feminine energy, then you will have a problem. You will question those rules and regulations, and you will question why I'm supposed to act like this or be like this. Like I was checking a friend's human design and I was checking his energy, and it was very clear that he's feminine energy. If you look at him, he's very manly man, he's masculine, and he's also heterosexual, and he is obviously attracted to the opposite sex. But he does a lot of things throughout his day because he's a mission oriented guy, so he's very busy from morning to evening doing work which is related to mission. So but that power to do the mission, or that urge to do the mission, or the specific mission that he's in, is because of his feminine and nurturing energies. And when I checked the other planetary positions, even they were talking about how he's got a very emotional connection. Now, this is very important to understand that without the feminine energy, without the divine mother energy, nobody can ascend, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman. But since he brought this up and I checked the statistics of my channel, I did see that there are more women currently. I don't know, maybe in the past they were equal, but I've been noticing there were more women. But those men who have feminine energy, they feel like there must be more men like me, who would be going through this. That's because anybody who goes through spiritual awakening has to have feminine energy, and that's also for women. So if you're a woman and you're born in masculine energy and you've been a provider for all your life, you are providing for everybody, your cousins, your brother, sister, your father, mother. People were not taking care of you because you were naturally a good provider. You were a money magnet. But when you started doing ascension work, you started questioning, why am I making money? Who am I making money for? Why am I taking care of all these bunch of people who never take care of me? Why am I there for all these people? Physically, mentally, emotionally, financially? Is it only because they are biologically connected to me? Or am I supposed to take care of them? Or is it a give and take? You start questioning. In some cases, you will realize that, it's your responsibility also. All of us have responsibility towards our biological connections. And if you are a stronger person in the family, then people will come up to you. But if you start overdoing it, if you start over pampering them, if you are the only one who's working and everybody's chilling out and relaxing, or your career is going very good, you have lots of laurels and you're an amazing person, but everybody else just treats you like you're supposed to take care of them, then that definitely becomes an unhealthy dynamic. Okay, so the masculine and feminine energy both are important, but the times that we are born in and the planet that we are born in, it is a feminine planet. So whether you are a man or a woman, feminine energy has to rise. And Kundalini is also feminine energy. Kundalini is also dark mother. So without the feminine energy, even the masculine, even a male gender cannot ascend. And you can notice these things, that those men who don't have any connection with the feminine energy, they are always into materialistic show off. They're always into wars, video games. Not that it's bad to do these things, but there's no requirement for those things because they are just trying to show off that I'm a man. They cannot be a nurturer. They cannot be a kind-hearted man because they feel it's something bad to be kind-hearted. It's bad to be nurturing. It's bad to be taking care of other people in a motherly way, in a caring way. They don't like to show their emotions. Those men are emotionally like controlled. If they show emotion, they will have friends or family members who laugh at them. And many a times, when such men, they meet a godly woman or a woman who's into ascension or a woman who's very nurturing or she's very caring, and at the same time, she's very masculine or very strong-headed, or she's a strong provider also, the men get confused. Those type of men get confused. Now, in the planet, it's very important that feminine energy rises, because till the time feminine energy will not rise, toxic femininity will not end, femininity and toxic masculinity will not end, the patriarchy cannot be controlled, the wars will keep happening, the pollution, the population, everything will just be in a rise. Anything which is materialistic and body based will be on a rise. So that's the reason why Shakti has to awaken, because a mother doesn't just love, a true mother, a divine mother doesn't just love her biological offspring. She has equal love for any other child or anybody else that she nurtures or takes care of. You need to think that what energy is strong in you, and you also need to understand where or which space you are operating from. Because let me clarify one more thing, it's not always healthy to operate from one type of energy. For example, as a provider you need to be masculine, okay, but to spend the money you need to be feminine. And you also need to know that you have to spend money in the right places only to serve other people. Yes, a certain part, 10%, 15% would be going to your lifestyle also, but everything else should be for the helping or the taking care of other people or some good causes. That's how the Ascensioners live. My master told me a couple of things this year. On the first, he said that if you are on path of ascension, you must do these things, and I found it very practical and very helpful, so I'm going to share it with you guys. Number one, he said that you should all be responsible, you should all be good providers, you should all earn money, because we are not sannyasis, we are in the householder's life, we are in the grihast ashram, and we have responsibilities. We should not run away from our responsibilities. So you earn, but it's very important that you spend it in the right place. That was number one. Number two is be nice to people. Not be nice to everybody, but be nice to those people who are nice. I have noticed people who are on ascension, even on Instagram I see, whenever I put a post about loving animals, all the vegans and all the vegetarians, they'll all start attacking. They'll say you should do this and you should do that. Animal feeders have different problems. Vegans have different problems, because see, when we go out to feed an animal and say it's a wild animal or it's a street animal, we cannot feed them spinach and cabbage, we cannot feed them what we eat. You cannot feed the same thing that you're feeding to the goat, same thing to the pig, same thing to the fish, same thing to the bird. Some birds also are not vegetarians. They eat insects and they survive on other small little beings. So we cannot judge nature, but we can take care of our own selves, okay? And then people need to study Ayurveda, because in Ayurveda there are certain medicines and there are certain food items which come directly from the animal world. But in today's world or earth or planet that we're living in, animals are being tortured. So everybody's job should be to spread awareness, not fight amongst ourselves. Third thing that my master said, other than being nice, he also said that don't be extra nice, don't be extra good. Be good, be nice, but don't overdo, because then people will take you for a ride. The third thing he said that was work on your solar plexus. His message was for everyone to strengthen the solar plexus. Please understand, if you're a twin flame, star seed, light worker, only then you would be interested in ascension. And the ascension can only happen properly if all of your chakras are aligned. If your chakras are not aligned, then the energy cannot flow via Sushumna, then the energy will not flow. You have 72,000 nadis, they will not work. And most important, masculine and feminine energy imbalance will always be there. So all of you are masculines and all of you are feminines. But in certain situations, you would feel like the masculine, and in certain situations, you would feel like the feminine. However, at this point in time, it is the masculine energy that needs more healing. But only the feminine can heal the masculine. And how the feminine can heal the masculine? By healing herself first, by healing itself first. When the feminine is healed, automatically the masculine will start mirroring and following. So there is no such thing as actual division. But my idea is to give you videos where you can think about situations where you were also masculine. Like many a times I have noticed that most masculines, they are extremely into the decision makers or under the decision makers hold, which are family members, friends, or somebody who's like close to them, somebody who's been raising them, and they make a lot of decisions based on them, on whatever they say. But when the feminine starts working on herself, she realizes that she also has a lot of narcissistic hold in her life. She realizes, whether it's a man or a woman, say your feminine energy, you relate more with feminine energy. But when you start healing, you feel that there are so many narcissistic people around you and you have been doing everything to make them happy. So if you are doing everything to make them happy, another person who's your specific person who's mirroring you is also doing the same thing. When you stop pleasing other people, they stop pleasing other people. Or when you stop pleasing other people and you come in your balanced energy, you will start attracting other people who would be like you. And sometimes you won't even have to say a single word to them. You literally feel like you're sitting in front of a mirror when you talk to them, because you're gonna listen to the same words, and they will say similar things. Your energy will be in sync, will be in balance, and sometimes even the insecurities will be same. So it's okay when you grow, when you harmonize, when you're in illumination. Life will not be same as the separation phase. Separation phase can be long for some people. It can be 10 years, 12 years. But that's because they're also being stubborn. They're just in waiting energies. So you got to stop and get out of the waiting energies. And you have to understand that twin flame, the word twin flame itself means two different polar flames in the same person. So the only thing I disagree with this guy is that he says that not just those with reversed polarities. See, reversed polarity is also the truth of this planet, because all those people who now connect more with the feminine energy, at one point in time they were more in the logical, practical, the masculine energy. But we need to use them both together. That's why I say the word blending in or the merge. Okay, but merge will only happen when you have understood both energies, and to understand both you need to understand karma, and that's why you have karmic relationships, because karma means the unspent energy which you have not understood well. When you meet karmics or when you have karmic entanglements, it's not always sexual. It can be platonic, it can be just a crush, it can be infatuation. And when you have obviously moved into better energies, you're not gonna be getting intimate with every Tom, Dick and Harry, right? You would like to know people, you would like to spend time with people, you would like to hang out with them. And that's when you will learn more about the karmic world. And you'll also understand, and you must be understanding already, some of you, if not everyone, that karmics are everywhere. This planet is full of karmics. Even in your own family there are so many karmics. So that is how you get the karmic energy. So meeting a karmic or talking to other karmics or being in karmic connections is not a bad thing ideally. It's a normal thing. But with time you learn to cope up with it, and with time you also learn not to get entangled in those energies, not to get influenced by those energies. If you guys have any other questions and similar questions, please feel free to mention these suggestions or ask these questions, because they can help other people also. In the twin flame ascension journey, both things are common: opposite polarity as well as the merging energy, because not everybody is merged. And I have told you in one of my past sessions that there are actually 10 stages in the twin flame journey. Most people skip duality and singularity. They feel that at union everything is over. No. The last and the final stage is singularity. The first stage is duality. So it's duality. After duality it is recognition, because these stages, recognition, testing, crisis, they are not always linear. They are non-linear, and sometimes they happen percentage wise, which means you learn 10% of recognition, then you go through 10% of testing and crisis, then you go through 10% of runner-chaser dynamic, then you go through 10% of separation, then you go to 10% of this, that, and after a while, when you can tolerate and when you can take bigger part of dark night or a huger separation, that's when God will put you into hardcore separation or hardcore dark night. But you're going through it because you can take it. So if you're listening to this video, you're watching me right now, then please remember, you can take it. You're not alone. There are other people like you. And everybody is here for ascension. Especially if you connect with this content, you are here for ascension. And ascension is a lifestyle. It goes on and on and on and on and on. There's always something to learn, and there's always something to release till your last breath. Because when you breathe your last breath, that means in this life, whatever you had to witness, whatever you had to observe is done. And any which way, you can't take anything from here. And it's really crazy and bizarre to think that none of these things would matter. Your email ID, your Instagram, your YouTube, the money you make, the clothes you wear, even this body, nothing will matter. So what's gonna matter? Ascension. So invest your time, energy, money, happiness, joy, everything in your ascension, and be somebody who's always thinking about mission work and how to stay integrated with source. These three things, being independent, being mission oriented, and always being integrated with source, will take you places. Thank you so much for being here with me. For your personal situations, for therapy, for readings, for hand holding, please check out the description box and write to me once you're 100% sure. And do not share your twin flame journey or your starseed ascension journey in advance with me. I cater to everyone. I cater to twin flames, starseeds, light workers, because more or less you guys are having the similar feelings. And I've also noticed twin flames, they blend really well with starseeds, and that's why some of the starseeds who are born late, they end up becoming partners with twin flame once they are healed. So yes, I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.